Hello, and welcome back to another episode of our Enamored series. As you can see, we are here with Amina, and Micah is just off to work currently. She is just at home here taking care of the twins, and we are just going to need to get her to get a little bit of rest here, but she is on baby duty. The twins are upstairs. It seems that Adriana is just getting herself a little bit of sleep, but as we can see, Raiden is feeling pretty angry, but that's just because he's being left alone. We have the maid here at the house. He's just doing a little bit of picking up. And in this episode, we are going to be seeing our little ones go ahead and be aging up, I believe. So that should be exciting for us to go ahead and have them aging up into toddlers. And we will be having their birthday. So that's going to be some exciting news for us. We also have Love Day in this episode, so we are going to be seeing our couple go out on a little bit of a date. But our family, our couple, is just going ahead and trying to get into a little bit of a routine with our twins. It is, as you can see, really difficult on them. They are trying to adjust to life with twins like they were in the last episode. And it's difficult. They are finding that life with twins is a little bit harder than they thought it was going to be. Now that they are both in a career outside of the home, the twins do go to daycare during the day when they both have work. But then once one of the parents out of the house and the other is home, they obviously are on baby duty, and it's kind of hard for them to make sure that they are taking care of themselves while they're also trying to take care of the twins. So Amina is feeling hungry. She's feeling tired, but she's like, you know, I have to make sure that the babies are taken care of, and so she's just trying to do her best here as a mom. She is overall feeling really confident that she's got this and that she can take care of it because, you know, she feels like she has the best foot forward and that she can handle this. Like, this is what she wanted, and she feels that she's capable, so it does make her feel confident. She's just going to go ahead and invite Colton in. He's come over for a visit, and then she's going to get in here in the kitchen and go ahead and whip up some food because she is feeling a little bit hungry. And so we'll have her go ahead and cook something in the steam cooker here. That way she can go ahead and get herself something to eat. And then she'll probably go ahead and try to get herself another quick nap here. Micah, like I said, is just at work, and so when he comes home, we'll go ahead and let him take care of a little bit of his needs as well. And we'll probably go ahead and try to get Amina out for a run at some point. Max Villarreal is calling, so we'll probably just go ahead and answer that, and he's just wanting to know if he should get to know someone better. We're just going to tell him to go right ahead. So we're just going to let Amina go ahead and spend a little bit of time with her brother and having a little bit of chat with him. She obviously would want to make sure that he is doing okay, and she would want to make sure that he's living up to all of his dreams and that he's trying to fulfill all of his dreams. I think that, you know, they are very close as a family, and they always have been, with exception to the fact that her father is now kind of distant with them due to him not really caring for Micah all that much. Her and her family have always been really, really close, and so she's going to want to make sure that her brother is living up to his potential. And so they're just having a deep personal conversation here, and she's like, you know, how's school going? Are you know, looking into university? Like, what are you planning to do with your life? And she's just wanting to make sure everything's going well with him. So they're just having a nice little chat here, which I absolutely love. But she's going to go ahead and grab herself a serving of this food here that she's made and get herself a bite to eat. And then we'll probably have her go and maybe check on the infants and make sure that they're all doing okay. It looks like we do have you know, them upstairs, and we just want to make sure that their needs are okay as well. And if they're fine, then we'll just let Amina continue to kind of take care of herself here. So she's just going to go ahead and have this meal here and then get herself a little bit of a shower. She's starting to feel a little bit grungy, a little bit tired. And it does look like the infants are going to need to be fed, so we are going to have to get her up here to feed them. So she will have to just come and wake them up and give them a little bit of a feed here so that they can get their hunger up as well, because as we know, if we don't feed them, they are going to be super fussy when they finally do wake up. So she usually goes ahead and just wakes them up and gives them a feed whenever she kind of feels like it's time for them to have a feeding. We don't really let them kind of wake us up screaming or anything like that. So we are just going to go ahead and continue on having a little bit of a conversation with Colton here as we eat. And it looks like Amina is really liking the stories that Colton is telling her, so we're going to let her go ahead and like stories. And then once she's done with this meal, we'll just have her go ahead and have that shower that she's needing. So Colton is really chatty. She's like, wow, you've really got a lot to say today. And he's like, yeah, I really do. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. And, you know, we really miss seeing you come around. And she's like, you know, I miss seeing you guys too, but I just feel like I'm not really wanted all that much with Dad and the way he's feeling. And Colton's like, yeah, I understand that. So she, you know, really does miss the family, but she doesn't go around as much anymore, especially now that she knows that her dad is not supportive of the fact that they are married. He's really not supportive of the fact that she was having children with a surrogate. And so she doesn't feel like she's welcome at their house any longer. And so she doesn't go around. She doesn't visit them. And so she's really, really missing her family. But she just doesn't feel like she's, you know, welcome in their home anymore because of her father and his feelings. And she would love nothing more than her family to meet her kids, because they're her family and this is her family, and she wants everyone to know her children, and she's so proud of them, and she wants them to know her kids. And obviously she's best friends with her mother, and she would want her mom to be a part of her kids' lives, but she feels like she can't take them around to meet her kids because of her dad. And she's just like, you know, that's really unfair, and I don't know how to kind of get around that. And of course Colton doesn't have any advice for her because he's just a teenager, and he's kind of stuck in the middle of this whole scenario of parents against his big sister. So she's come upstairs. She's just gonna go ahead and feed Raiden here and get him all settled up here with his hunger needs. And then we'll go ahead and probably queue up for her to go ahead and feed Adriana as well. She's just going to go ahead and take care of them because they are desperate for a little bit of hunger. As you can see, they do have a birthday here on Saturday, so that's when they're going to be aging up to toddlers. So we do have a little bit of time for them to age up. So it is going to be a little bit before they have a birthday because it is currently only Wednesday, but we will be seeing them age up into toddlers in this episode. So for now, we're just going to go ahead, take care of these little ones, and hope that we can, you know, get them taken care of before she passes out, because she's feeling pretty tired. So we'll get Adriana fed, and then we're going to go ahead and have Amina take herself a little bit of a nap here. It looks like Colton's going to come up and he's just going to kind of help clean up a little bit, which is really nice of him because, as we know, Amina is shattered and she could really stand for the help right now. With Micah out of the house working, you know, she is having to do this by herself right now. So she's kind of getting an understanding of what Micah was going through when he was the one at home working with the twins. And she was outside of the house working, and she's like, now I get it. And this is kind of rough, and I totally understand why he was saying we kind of needed a nanny. But she doesn't necessarily want a nanny raising their kids, but now they're going to be going to daycare, and she's like, you know, sometimes it is what it is, and, you know, I guess it's not all bad that they have to go to daycare. Maybe they'll learn some valuable things while they're in daycare, and, you know, that'll be okay for them. It looks like Micah is home from work. He's feeling pretty tense right now. He needs some fun really badly, and he needs a little bit of hygiene, so I'm just going to go ahead and queue up for him to go ahead and get a little bit of a shower here. And then we'll go ahead and let him play maybe some video games and get his fun up. And then he'll need to get himself a little bit of rest because he is exhausted. So he's had a really long, hard day at work today, and he's really just gone through the ringer, and he's needing a little bit of rest. So we're probably going to go ahead and get everyone to turn in for the evening. Amina, why don't you go ahead actually and get up and go get in your bed instead of sleeping on the couch? You can get up and maybe put Raiden in his crib, and then everyone can actually get into their actual beds. So I'm just going to go ahead and get her to get Raiden and put him in his crib, and then everyone can go ahead and get into bed for the evening, and we can get some sleep for the night because it is getting pretty late here. So she's just going to go ahead and get Raiden here and take him to his crib, and then she will go to the washroom and she'll be able to go ahead and then get herself into bed. She's just loving on him right now and giving him a little bit of affection, and then she'll go lay him into bed, and then we will head her off to take care of herself. As you can see, Micah is headed off to bed. He's like, I am shattered. I must get some rest. So both of the babies are in bed. She's going to go to the washroom, and then we'll head her off to bed for the night as well. And everyone will go ahead and get themselves some much needed rest. And then I will check back with you in the morning when everyone wakes up. Just let her go ahead and take care of her hygiene here. All right, get yourself into bed. Micah's like, oh my God, I'm starving. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put Amina into bed. Micah's going to go to the washroom, grab himself something to eat, and maybe I'm going to get him to shave his beard off because his beard has gotten extremely long. So we're just going to get him to shave, and then we'll put him back into bed. All right, so he's just going to go grab himself a bite to eat and handle up on a little bit of these needs. He's thinking to himself, my goodness, I've gotten scruffy. What in the world? I have got to clean this up. You know, I can't be looking like this when I'm going into my office and trying to look professional. I need to shave up this face a little bit. So he's going to grab himself a bite to eat really quickly. He'll eat that, and then he's going to go shave, and then he'll head himself off into bed. So let's just go ahead and let him get this meal in him, and then he'll handle up on that and getting himself shaved for his work for tomorrow and getting himself some rest for the evening. It's getting really, really late, so he's like, I just want to go to bed, and you know, I've really got to get some sleep because I have to work tomorrow. So let's go ahead and take him into the bathroom and let him shave his face, and then he'll go off to bed. All right, go ahead and get yourself a little bit of a shave there, Micah. Clean that face up and get yourself all looking professional again, because as of right now, you're really scruffy. That beard has got to go. He's like, yes, it does. So he's just putting on this shaving cream, going ahead and giving himself a nice shave here, and we will go ahead and get him taking care of this beard here, and then he'll be nice and clean shaven again and looking like his old self again real soon. And then we'll go ahead and put him into bed. All right, he's gonna go ahead, head himself off to bed. The twins are still in bed. Everyone's doing really well, so I will see you in the morning. All right, so it is the next morning. As you can see, everybody is starting to get up. Raiden is needing to be taken care of. Everyone has on a dirty nappy. So I am just going to go ahead and get Micah to handle up on the twins and give them a diaper change and get them a bottle. Amina's downstairs going ahead and cooking breakfast for the family, so we love that. So she's just downstairs whipping up something for everyone to eat, so I will just go ahead and... Why are you not cooking? Let's get her resuming that. So she's going to cook the food, and he's going to go ahead and take care of the little ones after he has his shower. Everyone's kind of working together to make sure that everything runs together like a well-oiled machine, which is fantastic. She's just going to make sure that the family gets fed. He's going to make sure that the babies get fed, and everything's going to work out perfectly. As we know, it will be wonderful. I do think both of them have to work today, so the infants will be heading off to daycare. So we won't be seeing them because they'll head off to school. I call it school. You know what I mean. Because both of the parents will have to go off to their jobs. And so we'll just go ahead and get taking care of these infants while we can before everyone has to head off to their respective places of employment. Why are you not cooking this? She's clearly struggling with making this meal. All right, go ahead and finish that up, please. Resume that. There you go. All right, so she's just going to finish that meal up. He is, as you can see, taking care of the little ones here. He's just giving Adriana a little bit of a feed, and then we're going to give her a diaper change. And then we're going to wake up Raiden, and we will do the same for him. And so he's just being a really great dad. We love that because, you know, he loves his children so very much. And as we know, he wanted to be a father, and he is one. And so he is ecstatic with these children. He loves spending time with them. He loves being able to be here and care for them. Obviously, he wants to be able to have time to write his books and things like that, which is why he opted to go ahead and get a career outside of the home, because he does want his career to progress. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't love spending time with his children and he doesn't, have this wonderful bond with them, because he absolutely does. He just also needs time for himself and for his career. So that is why he opted to get a job outside of the home. He is just hoping that he will be able to go ahead and progress his career a little bit faster, being that he'll have more time to write with him working outside of the home now. And he's like, I think it'll be good for me to be able to do that. So Amina is off to work. He's just going to continue to take care of Raiden. She did not finish that breakfast, so she didn't get a chance to eat either. So that's great. We'll just have to get him to clean all that up because he doesn't have enough skill to cook it. So he'll just clean all of that up once he's done with the kids. But yeah, he loves the kids. He loves being with them. He loves taking care of them. He just also needs to progress his career. So that's kind of where he stands. And, I think that is an honorable thing, that he wants to make sure that he is successful in life and that his dreams are fulfilled, on top of the fact that he wants to be a fantastic parent. And I can't fault him for that. I really can't. Amina has her career that she's succeeding at, and he's supportive of that, even though she's an excellent mother to these children. And he's like, I just want the same thing for me, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, And there absolutely isn't. So as you can see, he has changed Raiden's diaper. He's now giving him a little bit of a feed. And then we're going to have him go downstairs and clean up those meals that she had created and didn't complete. And then we're going to send him out for a little bit of a jog, because I think he needs a little bit of fun in his life. So we're going to let him get a little bit of fitness in this morning. And then he needs to read a book for his job in order for him to be able to progress in his career and get a promotion. So I'm just going to have him read a book, and hopefully that will go ahead and meet that goal that he has for his career. So he has a bunch of things here kind of queued up that he needs to do. So we're just going to let him go ahead and do those things here before he has to head off for his job. So let's go ahead and let him go and clean up now. So he's like, why is there food just laying all around? Like, Amina, what is she doing? So he's just going to clean up everything kind of that's laying around the house. I mean, he probably could have left all of this stuff just lying around, because we do have a maid, and the maid would clean the stuff up. But Micah doesn't really like a nasty house, and so he's like, whatever, I'll just clean up what's laying around and kind of get it a little bit tidy. That way, it's not overly disgusting when the maid gets here. And I mean, obviously there will still be stuff here for the maid when it's time for the maid to come. And as you can see, it is going to be Love Day tomorrow, so we will be celebrating that with our couple, which is going to be super exciting. I do believe that both of our parents work on tomorrow, and so we would have to celebrate after they go to work. Once they come back from their jobs, we'll be celebrating that. But we will be celebrating Love Day together. So we will definitely be seeing them go out to dinner together and just seeing each other as a couple together, spending a little bit of time together on Love Day. And as you can see, our maid has arrived. So he'll just clean up a little bit as well, which will help us out tremendously. And I'm just now going to go ahead and send Micah out for a little bit of a run. That way he can get a little bit of exercise in and have a little bit of fitness. We definitely need him just getting a little bit of a run in so that he can get a little bit of fun, because as of right now, he's feeling really, really tense because he needs some amusement in his life. So we're going to let him just get a little bit of fun in. So let's just go ahead and let him have a nice jog, and hopefully that will get his fun up and he'll get into a little bit of a better mood, because the tension that he's feeling right now is definitely not ideal. So he's just going out for a nice little run around the neighborhood here, and it's started to make him feel a lot better, as you can see, which we love. I love that him going on runs does get him in a better frame of mind. And now he is just going to get a little bit of reading in for his career. I don't know why he decided to read out here on the pier, but That's what he's decided to do. And he's like, I'm not even going to go home. I'm just going to stand right here on the dock and I'm going to read because, you know, it's beautiful out here. The scenery is lovely. It's nice, fresh air. You left your book there. Oh, no. Well, I can't even pick it up and put it in his inventory. That sucks. All right, well, great. Okay. We love that. So I'm just going to have him go ahead and go home, and then we're going to take care of some of his needs. And then he looks like he's finishing reading the book. It's a little bit of a glitch we've got going on there. But anyway, he's finishing reading that book. When he finishes reading the book, we'll have him go to the washroom and grab himself something to eat here. And then he can go ahead and maybe get himself a little bit of a shower because he is feeling kind of grungy after his run. But as you can see, his fun is all the way up now, which is fantastic. Between the run and him reading, that has really gotten his fun up. And I love that for him. So now he has gone ahead and used the washroom. We're just going to go let him have a bite to eat and get a bath. Okay, so he grabbed his food and now he's just like, nope, I'm going to go take a bath first. Okay, fine. Get your bath and then get yourself that food and actually eat it because you are really, really hungry. So we'll let him take his bath first and then I'll make him eat this food. I thought he had to work today, but maybe he's off today. So if he is off today, we may just go ahead and let him do a little bit more reading so that he can go ahead and meet that goal. So he does have another book here in his inventory, so I'll just have him read that because he didn't fully meet that goal of reading. He still needs to read for 25% more. So we will have him read a little bit more. He is starting to feel a little bit tired, so I do think he's going to want to maybe get a little bit of a nap in. And obviously our children are going to need our help. At some point, they're going to want to be fed again and probably need Dad to just look in on them. Can you please eat this food? He's like, well, I can think about it. Yeah, think about it and then actually do it. All right, eat this food. That's fantastic. All right. And then you can read that book and get yourself a little bit of rest. And then Amina should be getting home shortly, and it looks like she's home now. That's great. So Amina has arrived home from work. We're just going to let her go ahead and grab herself something to eat here because she's feeling a little bit hungry. She's also desperate for fun. So we're going to let her do something to get her fun up, and hopefully she will be able to get a little bit of fun in her life because she's feeling really, really tense. Usually when she's tense, I also send her out for a run, but I don't know if she's going to be willing to do that right now. So we'll just let her go ahead and decide what she wants to do for fun. She has loaded the steam cooker again and is cooking something in the steam cooker. And it looks like she has decided that she wants to go outside and play on the computer. So we'll just let her go ahead and go play on the computer here for a little while, and maybe that will get her fun up while she waits on the steam cooker to cook this food. And then once that's complete, she'll go ahead and grab herself a bit of a serving there. And as you can see, Micah's gone ahead and gone upstairs and gone to bed because he's feeling really, really tired. He's had kind of a long day. He didn't really do anything of substance, to be completely honest, but he did get up quite early and take care of the infants, and then he went out on a long jog, and he's just feeling kind of drained, and so he's gone off to bed. I mean, it's been a bit of a long day for him. So she is just going to go ahead and come on in here and release the vent on the steam cooker and grab the servings of food so that she can go ahead and have herself a serving here. And then we'll let her go ahead and grab a bite to eat. It does look like the computer did help get her fun up quite a bit, and she's now feeling a bit energized. So that was perfect that, you know, she chose to do that because that did seem to help her quite a bit. Go ahead and eat that, and then you can go on upstairs and check on the babies. All right, so it looks like Raiden is doing pretty good, but I'm just going to have her come on upstairs and love on Raiden a little bit because, as we know, when she gets home from work, she does like to come and love on the babies because she feels like she's, you know, hasn't seen them all day. She's really missed them, and she likes to spend a little bit of time with them. She's not going to wake up Adriana and bother her because, well, she's asleep. But Raiden is awake, so she's just going to come on upstairs and she's going to give him a little bit of quality time, a little bit of love, and spend just a little bit of time with him. So she's just going to bounce him and coo with him and, you know, just love on him just a little bit because she's really, really missed seeing the babies today while she was at work. and she likes to spend as much time with them as she can once she gets home. We have an unknown caller calling, and they are pranking us. Haha, you got pranked. Okay, great. All right, so she's just spending a little bit of time with Raiden. As you can see, it looks like Micah's getting up and he's just watching them together, and he thinks to himself, like, these two are so precious together. He's like, I love watching my wife with our children. She is, you know, it's just the most beautiful sight I've ever seen. All right, instead of you going ahead and being on the computer, why don't you actually go out for a jog? I think that would be better for you, Amina. So go out and have yourself a little bit of a jog, because you haven't been active in a little while, and I think that would be good for you. And Micah, I'm going to get you to get up and come and give Adriana a little bit of a feed, because she's awake and she's starting to feel hungry. So we're going to get Micah up and we're going to have him come feed Adriana. So as you can see, Amina decided not to go on that run, but Micah's just going to go ahead and give Adriana a little bit of a bottle feed. So I will go ahead and get Amina to head off to bed for the evening, since we don't necessarily need her taking care of the baby. She can just go ahead and go to bed for the night. So we'll just queue up for her to go ahead and go to sleep. Micah's going to go ahead and feed Adriana and then put her in her crib, and then he can go to bed for the evening, and everyone will go ahead and get into bed for the night because it is getting kind of late. And then I will see you in the morning when everyone wakes. Okay, so it is the next morning, and as you can see, Amina is just in here. She's waking up the little ones. She's going to go ahead and give Raiden a little bit of a feed here because he is starting to feel a little bit hungry. So we're going to just go ahead and let her take care of him. And as you can see, it is Friday morning, so we are getting really close to the time for the twins' birthday. It is Love Day, I believe. So we will be taking our parents to work today. The children will be going to daycare, and then we will come home and go to Love Day for our Love Day celebration. So we will be seeing all of that taking place today. That being said, we are just going to go ahead and take care of Micah's needs. He's going to go down and get himself a little bit to eat here while Amina takes care of Raiden. Adriana is just getting herself a little bit more sleep right now, which is fantastic. And I don't know, I might get Amina to get her up and go ahead and take care of her needs as well. She's going to come on down with Raiden right now because she needs to use the washroom. I'm not sure why she didn't lay him down in his crib and bring it, like, come on down just by herself to use the washroom, but she brought him down with her. So there's that. And then she'll just carry him back upstairs and put him in his crib. So then once she's done with putting the baby back in his crib, she's going to go ahead and go to take herself a little bit of a shower because she needs to get some hygiene up. So we are just getting everyone's needs up so that they can take care of themselves before they have to go into work for the day. Micah needs to finish reading for his job, so I am going to get him just coming over here to this bookshelf and doing a little bit of reading because he needs to read a book. He needs like 25% more to have that task completed. So we are just going to get him reading while she's in here taking a bit of a shower. So hopefully he's down here doing what he's supposed to do. So he did grab a book. Hopefully he's going to actually read that book. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to sit here and stare at it. Read the book. He's like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll go put that book up. Negative. You can read the book. So I'm just going to queue up for Amina to go downstairs and grab herself something to eat, and I'm literally going to make Micah read. So I'm going to queue up for him to read a different book. I'm not going to give up on him needing to read here. 25% more is really just not a lot. So if I can just get him to read just a little bit more, that would be fantastic. Because I do want him to go ahead and be able to get a promotion today when he goes to work. So I'm just going to make him read a little bit more, and then he'll be able to meet that work task. And Amina's just, like I said, grabbing herself a little bit to eat here. And then both of them will be heading off to work for the day. So that'll be fantastic. And as you can see, the children are just getting some milestones up there, which we love. They're learning how to coo, and they're learning how to grab, and they're learning how to reach. And Amina's like, oh, someone got a first word. It was Adriana. Oh, we love that. So they are really meeting some milestones. We absolutely love that for them. And Amina and Micah are so proud that they are learning all of these milestones, and they think that is fantastic. And we are just going to go ahead and have these two do a little bit of romantic activity here. It looks like Micah has said to her, you want to go upstairs and have a little bit of a woohoo before we have to go into work today? And she's like, oh, well, if you want. And he's like, I do want. He's like, it's been a little while since we've been romantic with one another, and I think we should go upstairs and we should have a little bit of time together. And she's like, okay, sure, we can totally do that. So they're going to go upstairs and they're going to have themselves a little bit of a woohoo because they want to spend a little bit of adult time together. So they're just going to go up there and just have a little bit of some adult time together because it's love day and they want to start their day off right. So that's what they're doing. And as you can see, the infants are just in here cooing with one another and having just a good old time in their cribs and becoming friends with one another, which is super great. And we absolutely love it. We just love it. It doesn't look like Amina actually went ahead and grabbed herself that food, so she didn't eat. So I am going to have her go downstairs once they're done, and she is going to grab a bite to eat because she does need to eat something. And I'm going to have Micah go and tend to the infants. So we'll just go ahead and get Micah up and let him go tend to the little ones. So that will be great. All right, Micah, go ahead and get up out of the bed here. And you can go tend to Raiden because it would seem that he needs a little bit of assistance. Go tend to Raiden. He's like, I need to use the washroom. Okay, you go use the washroom and then wake up Raiden because Raiden has a stinky diaper on. So he's just going to use the washroom here, and then we're going to have him come wake up Raiden. Raiden has on a really dirty diaper, so he needs to be changed. And so we're going to get him changed really quickly here. And it would seem that it's letting us know that it's almost the twins' birthday, which is great news. We already knew that, but that's fantastic. So he's just waking Raiden up right now, and then he's going to go ahead and change his diaper. It actually looks like maybe Adriana is also dirty, so he's probably going to have to change them both. And then Amina here is just going to come up and use the washroom. She's going to go to the washroom downstairs. As we know, she likes to take pregnancy tests after they woohoo every single time. She's never gets a positive pregnancy test ever, but every single time they woohoo, she takes a pregnancy test in the hopes that she's going to be pregnant. So she's going to go ahead and take a pregnancy test because they woohooed in the hopes that something positive would come of it. She's like, maybe I'm pregnant. She's not. She's not pregnant. But she always has the hope that maybe she might be. But of course she's not. And she's like, oh, okay, well, great. So she's like, well, I really wish I was, though. Like, she obviously has twins, but they want a big family. And she's just like, this is so sad that I can't have a child, and she's really upset by that. But Amina's off to work, and Micah is going to be heading off to work soon. He's just currently dealing with the twins. Hopefully he's getting them changed like I asked him to, because we definitely want to get them changed. And so we will go ahead and let him do that. So he's going to go ahead and change them and feed them and do what needs to be done with the twins. And then he will go ahead and get himself headed off to work here as well. Are you going to actually change them or no? And feed him and feed Adriana. Oh my gosh, you did not change that baby. He's just sitting there in a green cloud. He's like, I'm going to go lay this baby down in this playpen. I wanted you to change him. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to feed Adriana and we will change her. And then we're going to take care, I guess, of Raiden. I don't know why he didn't take care of Raiden when he had Raiden in his arms the first time, but that's fine. He's just kind of back and forth with them with no rhyme or reason. He's just kind of being difficult about it. I don't really understand. But anyway, he's going to go ahead and change Raiden now. And then we'll go and change Adriana. And then he has work in an hour. Alright, so Raiden's all fed and cleaned. And now we just need to clean up Adriana. Perfect. And just like that, he's just about ready to head off to work. So we'll go ahead and we'll let him put Adriana in her crib. And then he'll go ahead and get himself ready for work here, which will be fantastic. Our maid is thinking to himself, like, what is with all these dirty diapers? Like, honestly. As you can see, Adriana is fascinated by Micah, which is super cute. She's also fascinated by her brother, Raiden. She has sentiments with both of them that she's fascinated by them both. Alright, so we are just going to go ahead and let Micah head off to work here, and both of our twins are going to go ahead and head off to daycare, and I will see you when everyone gets back home. Alright, so Amina is back from work now, and we are just going to go ahead and let her kind of take care of some of her needs here while we're waiting on Micah to get home from work as well. She's going to go ahead and grab herself a bite to eat because she is feeling a little bit hungry. So we're just going to let her grab some leftovers here. And then we're probably going to let her do something to get her fun up. There is a good possibility I might be able to send her out for a run. I wasn't able to get her to go out for a run earlier because like yesterday, because for whatever reason she wouldn't go. But it is early enough in the day now that there's a good possibility she will be able to go ahead and go out for a run. So we're going to try to get her to go for a little bit of a run and get her fun up. And then once she gets back home from her run, hopefully, hey Micah, I have a crush on Janet. Yeah, you go for it. When she gets back from her run, then hopefully it'll be just about time for Micah to be home from work, and they'll be able to go ahead and go out on their Love Day date. So that'll be fantastic. So she's just going ahead and getting herself a little bit of a run here. I mean, she's running with her plate. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, you know, it is what it is sometimes. So she's just out here going for a little bit of a jog. And as you can see, the twins are back home, but they're asleep currently. So that's fantastic. So she's going to finish her jog up here, and then we'll get her on home, and we will wait for Micah to get back home as well, and then we'll ask him out on a little bit of a date for Love Day. She is thinking, I want to talk to him about something really, really serious. And she's been thinking about the fact that, yes, she already has 2 kids. She has Raiden and Adriana, but she wants a really big family with Micah, and she would really like for them to go ahead and try some more options for children. And so she just got asked out on a date, and she's declined that. And now we're asking to donate for charity. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. So anyway, she wants to go ahead and try for more options, different options on having some children, and so she wants to discuss that with him over a Love Day dinner, because she wants their family to grow. Her children are getting older, and she's like, I want, you know, they're about to be toddlers, and I want a baby. So she's going to go over here to Micah. He's home from work, and she's just going to have a little bit of a conversation with him. She's going to, you know, kind of love on him a little bit. They're going to flirt, and she's going to give him a kiss, and, you know, Colton is calling. Okay, we're not going to answer the call because we're about to go out on a date with our husband here. But anyway, she's going to ask him out on a date, and she's just going to say to him, like, it's Love Day. Do you want to go out on a date and us go spend a little bit of time together? And he'll be like, yeah, absolutely, let's do that. So they are going to go out on a date, and it's just going to be a little you know, impersonal. I mean, it's not going to be anything super fancy. They're just going to go out on a little date together so that they can, like, sit down and have a little bit of a conversation. So they've arrived here at this Starbucks cafe restaurant, and they're going to go in and they're going to request a table. I don't know how well the service is going to be, but she's like, I just want us to go in, have a little coffee, maybe, you know, some dessert kind of whatever, and just sit down together and have a little bit of a conversation together, because she has a serious talk that she wants to have with Micah. So she's just coming here, she's requesting a table, And they're going to go ahead and seat us, and then we will come and have a seat with Micah, and we're going to have a serious discussion with Micah about our feelings and what we've been thinking about as far as our family goes. So she's just going to go ahead and order for the table. So we're going to go ahead and set our order up. We're just going to get them both a coffee here, and then we will also go ahead and order them. So we'll go ahead and get them both a coffee, and then we'll both order I think I just want to get them both some kind of little dessert of some kind to go with their coffee. So maybe let's just do this apple pie. We'll get them both an apple pie. All right. And so we'll just order that. And she's just going to tell Micah, hey, I've been thinking about our family. And he'll be like, yeah. And she'll be like, I was wondering if we could try artificial insemination. And he's like, well, you just don't, you just jump right in on this, don't you? And she'll be like, I just really, want more kids. And he'll be like, I want more kids too, but I didn't think that we, had these options. And, with you not being able to have kids, I didn't realize we had really any options and whatever. And she's like, I want to know if we can try artificial insemination. We're going to let fate decide. And he's like, yeah, let's look into it. And she's like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, I want more kids. And if that's an option that we can try, then I really want us to be able to try it. And she's like, Micah, I love you so much. And she's like, I really think that, we can try that option. I really think that it would be great for us. And if that works, then I think it would be amazing. He's like, I would prefer to go ahead and try all of our options. And if that's an option for us, then I definitely want to try it. He's like, if it doesn't work out, then we can always go back with the surrogate mom again. He's like, but I definitely do want more kids as well. The kids, he likes deep thoughts. Okay, great. He's like, the kids are getting older, and I definitely think that, I want us to have more children, and I want them to be close in age, so I do think it is time for us to go ahead and start trying for another one. He's like, so yeah, I think definitely, since we can't try ourselves, we should definitely go ahead and try this option. And she's like, that makes me so happy. So they're going to head off here. They both need to use the washroom. So they're going to go use the washroom here. Amina is thrilled that Micah's on the same page with her, and he wants to try for more children as well. They both want a really big family together, and they both think it's perfect timing for them to go ahead and start trying for another child. They both want to try for artificial insemination, and so they're going to go ahead and they're going to try that option and hope that it works. And so Amina's thrilled that things are kind of working out for them. It's Love Day. They've made this beautiful decision together on Love Day. She's thrilled that, they are so on the same page and their thinking is so on track together. And so she's going to come and she's going to sit back down with him, and she's just going to, tell him how much she loves him and that she is so happy in this relationship with him, and blow him a kiss, and just, they're going to kind of banter together and things like that. And she's just going to explain to him that, he's her whole world. And he's like, honey, I realize that I'm your whole world. You and the children are my whole world. And so these two are extremely happy. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like our food's coming anytime soon. I don't know what has happened to our meal. But Amina's like, I think we should go on home. The kids have been away from home all day today because of us at work, and now they're at daycare again. She's like, oh, they're going to be jokesters. Okay, great. She's like, let's go ahead and give up our table. And he's like, yeah, I'm pretty tired, and I don't think I want to wait any longer for this coffee and apple pie. And she's like, okay, great. So they're going to go ahead and give up their table because this place is just taking way too long to serve them. And so they decided they're going to give up their table. They're going to go ahead and go home, and they're both going to go get themselves ready for bed and things like that. So they've given up their table. They're going to head on home, and they're going to get themselves ready for bed. They both have had a really long day. They still had a legendary date, which is fantastic. Anytime they're together, they pretty much do have a legendary date. Love Day was successful for both of them, and they're feeling fantastic. They've both come to this wonderful conclusion that they're going to try again for another child, and everyone's feeling really, really great. So we've made it back to the house. I'm just going to go ahead and queue up for Micah to go ahead and get a shower and head himself off to bed. And we're going to do the same for Amina. We're going to get her a shower, and then we're going to go ahead and have her look through the portfolio for some artificial insemination stuff, because she wants to go ahead and start kind of getting an idea of what she needs to do where that artificial insemination concerned. So she's going to look through the stuff and figure out what she needs to do. Obviously, she knows she's going to use Micah's sample, but she needs to know like what she has to do, like what are her options as far as like what she has to do on her portion. So she's kind of reading through all of the pamphlet information on what she has to do for artificial insemination and how she has to sign up and all of the details and all of that kind of information. And so she's kind of reading through everything. She's going to look through everything when she's done with her bath and get everything all set up. And then she's going to pay for it, and we'll get her all squared away as far as the artificial insemination goes. And she's going to go ahead and let them know that Micah is the person that she wants as her sample person. So we're going to go ahead and do that now and get her all set up for the insemination with Micah, and go ahead and pay for the in vitro fertilization with Micah. So we're just going to look through the portraits and choose Micah as our sample person. So she's like looking through everybody, and she's like, I don't want all of these people. I want my husband to be my person that gives me the sample. Like, I want my child to be with my husband. And so she's looking and she's looking and she's like, I know Micah's in here somewhere because he told me that he was. Okay, there he is. And she's like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and head off and go do that. So she's heading off to go to the in vitro fertilization clinic so that she can go ahead and get her sample taken care of. And she's going to go deal with that. Micah is currently in bed. The children are awake but need to be in bed. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get Micah up so he can put Raiden off to bed here. So Micah, go ahead and put Raiden to bed. So Micah's just going to come and put both of the infants into bed, and then he'll get himself off to bed. He's like, oh my God, I'm so shattered. Just let me go to bed. No. You can't go to bed before the babies get put to bed. That's just not how that works. Put Raiden into his bed, and then you can put Adriana to bed. He's like, well, Adriana's in the floor asleep. Okay, well, put her in her crib. All right, so put Adriana in her crib. He's like, I'll put her in this. No, put her in her crib. Put her in her crib, and then you can go to bed. He's like, I need to eat something, and then I'll put her in her crib. All right, as you can see, Amina is back from her appointment, and we are just going to take her in here to take herself a pregnancy test. She's feeling really angry for some reason, probably because she has the high maintenance trait and something has upset her. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to have her take a pregnancy test to see if the in vitro fertilization has worked. She is really hopeful that it is going to work. She's like, please let this have worked for me, because she really wants a child. And oh my goodness, guys, Amina is ecstatic right now because she is pregnant, and there's going to be a new addition to this household, and she is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. So she's gonna go ahead and run upstairs here. It looks like Micah is still trying to deal with those infants, but he's decided he's gonna head into bed. But Amina's like so happy right now because she's pregnant that she's gonna go ahead and she's gonna come up here and she's going to get Micah out of bed so she can let him know that she is pregnant. So she's going to come upstairs and she's going to announce the news to him. So she's going to come up and announce the news of her pregnancy to Micah. So he's going to get up out of bed so he can listen to what she has to say. And so she's going to come up and she's going to tell him, Micah, you're never going to believe it, but we're expecting. And we'll find out what he thinks of that. So she's going to give him a little kiss on the cheek here, and then she's going to let him know that they're expecting a baby.
Penavi Baima Merkid? Huh? Chilu. Oh.
And he looks really happy about this. I mean, he's kind of flirty right now, but she's feeling really confident. She's like, I can't believe it, but we are having a baby. Like, that actually worked. And if you look at their thing, it says successful artificial insemination. And he has the same thing, and it's wonderful that this attempt worked. And it says, what wonderful news, a child is on the way. Micah is overjoyed. His partner is rather happy with it too. So we are feeling super happy about this news. Micah is overjoyed it says.
Lumbek.
And that
Colonel
is
Oops.
fantastic. I'm
a child.
super thrilled for both of them. They're going to go ahead and head themselves off to bed for the night. The twins are in bed. They're going to go to bed, and I will see you in the morning. So as you can see, it is the next morning. We are going to go ahead and get Amina in here into the kitchen. She's going to make a birthday cake because today is the twins' birthday. So she's going to come over here with her little pregnant bump, and she's going to make a cake for her twins so that they can go ahead and blow out their candles and age up into toddlers, which is going to be super fun. And I am so excited to be able to see what they're going to look like as toddlers. I can't wait to see how they're going to age up. So she's just going to whip them up a cake here so that we can go ahead and get them to blow these candles out. And then we will be going ahead and hopping into cast with them to see what they aged up as far as how they look and what traits they got. She's really getting good at this cooking and baking stuff. We love that for her. So once she's got this cake made, we'll go ahead and we will put candles on the cake, and then we will grab Raiden first, and we are going to have Raiden blow out his candles first. She's like, I need to check the toddlers. No, you don't. You need to come put candles on this cake. So Micah is just going to go over here, and he's going to go ahead and feed both of them because they are feeling a little bit hungry this morning. So I'm just going to have him go ahead, give both of the twins a little bit of a feed, and then that way they won't be hungry. And then we will go ahead after they're fed, and we'll get them both aged up. So he's going to feed Raiden first, I believe. I hope. Amina's like, I'm going to go shower while you're feeding them. So Micah is just going ahead and feeding them, and then we are going to go ahead and, like I said, get them aged up here. He's just taking his sweet time. All right, so Amina is just going to go ahead and grab Raiden from Micah, and she's going to take him down to blow out his candles for his birthday cake, and that way we can go ahead and see him age up to a toddler. So let's go ahead and go down and see him age up. So she's super excited that it's time for them to go ahead and celebrate the birthdays. So Raiden is going to go ahead and blow out his birthday candles. Happy birthday, Raiden. And we're going to go ahead and see him age up now. And then she'll put birthday candles back on this cake so that hopefully nobody eats it. All right, Raiden, let's go ahead and get you aged up. Amina, age him up, please. There we go. All right, so Raiden is aging up. And then once we go ahead and go upstairs, we will grab Adriana and we will age her up. So let's go ahead and run upstairs after we put candles back on the cake, and we will grab Adriana, and we're going to go ahead and age Adriana up and let her age up into a toddler as well. So go ahead and go and grab Adriana. She's so uncomfortable because she is having some pregnancy cravings, and she's also kind of coming down with a little bit of a cold, it looks like. But yeah. It is what it is. So we're just grabbing Adriana now. We're going to go ahead and take her down and let her blow out her candles so she can age up to a toddler as well. Super, super exciting. We absolutely love this so much. So we are going to go ahead and let her blow out her candles. It is now Adriana's birthday. Happy birthday, Adriana. You are becoming a toddler too. Yay. Okay, we love that. All right, and let's age you up. And now we are going to jump into cast with them and give them both their little makeovers, and I'm going to show you what they look like after their makeovers. So let's go ahead and jump into cast with both of these little tots now so I can show you them. So this is Raiden after his makeover, and what he looks like. He is super adorable, and his outfits, his everyday, his formal, his sleep, his party, his swimwear, his hot weather, and his cold weather. And then for his sister Adriana, and this is what she looks like. She's so pretty. And for her everyday wear, and then her formal, and her sleep, and her party, her swimwear, her hot weather, and her cold weather. And let's go ahead and jump back in the game. All right, so we are back in the game, and I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in our next episode of our Enamored series, where we will see Amina probably giving birth to her little one. And until next time, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.